If there's one thing I've learned from all of this, it's that if you expect the truth, you'll be sure to miss a lie. But if you expect lies, you just might catch the truth.
So that's where we start?
That's where we start.
Bury him.
Undercover in Clyde Van Duzen's gang as hired muscle, is that correct? We were hoping that you could shed some light on the murder of Detective Joe Cotton. We understand you were there.
I was.
But you were incapacitated.
I was.
So what could you possibly know?
About the murder of Detective Joe Cotton? Listen, folks, you can't just start with the untimely demise of your partner. That's the end of this story.
Let's all go to the lobby.
To make any of this make sense, you need a beginning and a middle.
Let me guess. Not necessarily in that order?
Exactly.
Fuck you parked so far, Cotton? So I can tell you another fucking story. Well, I'll be damned. You are about to see a real-life American anti-hero, the Christopher Columbus of baby cannons, planting his flag and claiming anew what is old and owned by another. Why do you even have that? Come on.
Listening to his tapes, unfucking bearable.
Imagine a stakeout with him.
Now's as good a time as any to talk about that asshole.
Detective, do you know the word for
The archetypal dude who solicits and services a soldier's significant other while said soldiers out parallel parking tanks between terrorist bases and soon-to-be bombed buildings.
No.
The dude who takes advantage of the freedom to finger bomb the love of a soldier's life.
It's Jodie.
Jodie's the generic name for the guy who has sex with soldiers' wives while they're at war.
Well, if it isn't Tommy Lee Gibson in the flesh.
And is that reckless Riley Swells there on navigation and juicebox duty?
So that just leaves Donnie Dunrail hiding in the rear. And the band is back together. Nice hat.
Fuck Donnie.
Each and every soldier knows Jodie, some more intimately than others. In reality that most soldiers embrace with the excitement of an Afghani root canal. So, while their sons simulate modern warfare in their gaming systems, Jodie games the soldiers themselves by stimulating their spouses. A special Call of Duty. Adding a little spark to that local tinder has never been so easy. Kindle up some love instead of kindling a book about love. 50 Shades of Stray Sexuality, my friend.
You won't be sharing a koi with anyone. Haven't seen a soul past the golf course today.
You're a sacred safe with me.
The setting sun would never go down on a guy like Jodie. But if you were Jodie's mom, you sure hated how many girls would be asking your son to go down on them.
What are you doing out here, Clyde?
Just telling my new partner here all about Jodie.
Fuck Jodie.
Sorry, TL. I'll leave that to your wife.
And for exactly that reason, I couldn't be happier that Gibson's wife was not as different as he thought her to be.
April 15th. A burial took place. Well, near burial.
You know, he fucked your fucking wife, dude. That's all you need to know.
But that was not all he needed to know. If it was, then this all would have ended much, much sooner.
Yeah. Lobby, let's all go to the...
Or even...
Yeah. The popcorn can't be beat.
But it didn't.
Shit's more complicated now, Donnie. Don't be stupid. You don't know who this guy is.
You know, what the actual fuck, dude? Before you were all gung-ho, and now you're acting like you're scared shitless, okay? TL's our friend.
I know. Look, all I'm saying is that this guy is bad news.
Riley fucking Reckless. Well, I'll be damned, really earning your nickname. More like Terrified Riles. Sissy Swales? Riled up Riley.
TL, man, I'm
Bradley, you gotta
telling
shut the fuck up, man. I don't know what's gotten into you, but just because you owe this guy money and you think he's part of the mob doesn't mean I owe him shit. I don't have to suck his dick.
Yeah, you wanna suck his dick?
He did not want to suck his dick.
Guys, if you seriously want to do this, you can't touch Aloha. He's fucking marked. Never mind if he wins, then he'll have presidential protection. That's Van Duzen's prize. If you touch him, you're fucking dead before you can even identify the fabric.
Okay, so what are you saying?
Yeah, what do you mean?
If we're really gonna do this?
Make no mistake. These three military men,
I have to do it from the other side.
morons.
So much for coming at this from another angle.
So it's all reservation back there?
As far as the eye can see. We're good, man. Won't see a soul for days.
Hey, isn't that gangster?
No.
So we're ready for this?
Fuck yeah!
Talked to Brooke at all lately?
No, why? You said this is the guy, right?
This is the guy.
All right, then let's focus.
It's like you said, time for me to earn my nickname.
Fuck!
Rach, you gotta call your old man or Barton.
Bring up!
Fuck. Yeah, boss, 3 guys just rolled into Noel's. I think they took him. Nah, like Taken took him. You know, I've got a very particular set of skills.
Oh, fucking be careful.
Ah, sorry. Wait, aren't we killing him?
Yeah.
And then we're burying him.
Yeah.
And I gotta be careful with him?
Yeah, smart ass.
That seems reasonable.
Hey, Donnie, I don't know if you noticed. We're not doing reasonable today.
Hurry up.
So to summarize, Lieutenant Tommy Lee Gibson wanted to kill his childhood friend Noel Elua because he was sleeping with his wife. But he wasn't the only person after him.
Exactly.
So who else was after him?
Some very bad people.
Fyodor Krevelin.
What about him?
That was your mark?
In a roundabout way.
What about Bondi?
Reverend Bondi Buchanan. Very bad man.
And what made these people so bad?
Well, since I need to catch you up quickly and only have so many tapes, and I hear you like to take pretty pictures, I'll try to paint you some portraits of the key players in the case. Bondi made his bones preaching the opiate of the masses, a gospel that allowed him to sell weapons of medium destruction to places where the Lord was welcome, but his guns were not. Fyodor and his ex-communist comrades provided the firepower, and they all made off with some pretty big money. Big money that needed a financial fountain to wash it free of its sins and put it back in play. That's where my boss, Clyde Van Dusen, came in. No coincidence he's also a serious suspect in your case.
Gentlemen.
Man. Put your gun down. That's Van Dusen's prize. If you touch him, you're fucking dead before you can even identify the fabric.
All right then, take him out.
Up and at him.
So what did he want with Noel Elua?
Think about this case, the one that killed your partner. It actually started 20 years ago with another case. The one they called the Sunday Silence. You might just be old enough to remember. It'll all come together. Just give it a little time.
A little.
Well, for Clyde Van Dusen, it took 20 years. Thinking I can summarize?
It's Clyde Van Dusen. Used to be this big-time New York money man until he got involved with the Russian mobs on some gambling shakeups and ended up cooking their books in return. Not just a cook. He's like their Iron Chef. And his 3 Michelin stars helped improve their business tenfold.
And that was all true, but never what CVD wanted. The trouble started when his little brother owed big money to some very bad people. So to cover it, they want him to fix a horse race. CVD paid the jockeys to hold their horses. One horse ran free for the win, and second and third were preordained. Perfect trifecta. Mega bucks. But CVD had a plan of his own. Because if you break a dish once, you're off dish duty forever. But if you fix a bet, you manage mob money for the rest of your life. So CVD couldn't fix that race. He had to break it. He'd still follow the money so he could pay them all back later. But after a slap on the wrist, they'd get a bus ride back home. And they'd both be out. But what CVD didn't calculate was how big this trouble truly was. CVD's brother would get his bus ride home all right, but Bondi and his brother made sure it was a one-way ticket. Straight through a brick wall. Clyde's debts now included raising his nephew Barton. And far from just a slap on the wrist, the Russians handcuffed Clyde with hand-me-down debts and added interest for their inconvenience. Essentially, a life sentence in their service.
The thing is, though, he's not just a money man. He moved here after the mobs gave him carte blanche to do whatever he wanted, fully supported him whenever he needed it. Those 3 guys with him, they're nothing. But when he dances, it rains in the thousands. He's got a beautiful mind for very ugly things.
Then what?
He waited.
For 20 years?
He had a knack for numbers. What the fuck else was he gonna do? Get a hobby?
Until
his next big chance. And that's just what the military men were messing with.
What a coincidence we have for ourselves here.
And while he had no time for TL, he couldn't be seen as soft on the soldiers who almost cost him everything.
I'm just glad we got you before you put that final scoop of dirt on him. I wouldn't want to have been sprinkling sand and saying my condolences. That would have been bad. Really bad. I'm also glad you didn't just shoot him. Why people just don't do that, I'll never understand. I mean, just...
The sparkling drinks are just dandy.
Dearly departed, we are gathered. Don't you fucking talk. You almost took my treasure, my most prized possession. You almost buried him in the dirt like a dog with a bone. This is not hide and go seek. No. I do not want to play your game. Why they didn't find you in that incredibly shallow grave that you dug? I mean, really. Even the idiot cops in this town would have dug him up eventually. And no gloves, no precautions. You would have found yourself in trouble soon enough without my help. How would you like it if I buried this in your teeth? Let's just see how accurate I am. And I'm telling you, I can be a real butcher. You know, the reason you're alive is because I feel a debt of gratitude to you for bringing me that lovely gift horse of a man. But you gotta stop.
And now we come to your ex-partner, because he's gonna help us connect Noel to this entire mess.
Barton, go get Rachel. There's something we gotta take care of. She's with that idiot cop.
Yeah? Oh, really? You sure it's her?
going to take care of himself. Looks like our little trap may just have to wait. You ever watch someone try to catch a fly without a really big swatter?
Good evening, handsome.
You know why I pulled you over today?
Was it because you thought I was cute?
Cute is a relative term, ma'am.
So is stealing.
Well, why don't you go ahead and reach over there and grab your license and registration? Maybe we can work something out.
I think I have it here. Do you mind helping me take a look?
Yes, ma'am.
And along came a fly. Get your swatter ready, Turk.
She's known for wrapping people around her little fingers.
Yeah. What, are you trying to convince the world you don't exist? Where are you? All right, fine. I'll see you in a few minutes.
But Barton had the littlest fingers of all.
No chance you're here to confess to being involved in the disappearance of Tim Needles?
Can't say that I've seen him.
Or the murders of Giacomo Galahady and Gail Swaps and Lauren Ponder?
Well, after they found me innocent, hardly worth my while to come clean now.
A clean conscience is a wonderful thing, Marengo.
Since you already know about the car crash and death of his father, and because I doubt you captured anything about his childhood on that camera of yours, we'll just have to reimagine it from his rap sheet and witty repartee. As a young boy, Barton was what you might call a good kid. He was kind, curious, and sharp as a tack. But he was also blind as a bat, something the local bullies just couldn't see past. But he always had his dad, a shining light in the darkness. Until he didn't. But what he didn't know as he stared into the abyss was that the abyss wasn't just staring back. It was talent scouting, because Uncle Clyde needed boogeymen to protect the family business, and he knew that the meanest men start off as heartbroken little boys. So Barton was beaten and bullied until they shit-kicked a killer out of him. The kind of tough love that can't help but produce a psychologically sound young man. So with the winds of a new name and a blood vendetta against Bondi at his back, Barton became a very bad man. So if Cotton was in business with him, I'm not surprised we're investigating his murder.
Is this all for the new guy?
What the fuck was she doing on a joyride anyways? That's no way to get my attention.
You're a cop.
Detective!
You're a cop. She stole a car. Perfect way to get your attention.
But that only draws the wrong attention. From the owner. From my new partner.
She's not an easy one to handle. Welcome to my world. I'm sure you've been telling him stories all day.
He could be anyone. A neighbor. A nice guy from the bar. An old friend.
Feel free to make up another.
Is everything still good? I mean,
Everything is fine. We just need you to help us move around some money. You do this for us, and I can make your little problem disappear.
I can't just negotiate on this. I have the law I need to consider. Again. Do you realize how many strings I'll have to pull?
Okay. The next things that are coming out of your mouth are yes or no. Yes, she comes with me, and maybe we keep working together. You pull whatever strings you need to, but if you say no, I will convey to Clyde Van Dusen, the man to whom you owe more than you are ever likely able to repay. A man who literally, not metaphorically, owns you. That you did not play as nicely as you should have. Are we done?
No, we are not done.
Cotton, your clean conscience is making mine want to be really fucking muddy. So let's leave it at this. I don't really like you. And I'm in a hurry. And I can make this really, really unpleasant for you. So I repeat, are we done?
Fuck! Take her. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I mean, some working relationship we have here. Talk about professional courtesy. I mean, she tased a cop, for Christ's sake.
Not home.
Well, wherever, but we gotta make a stop first.
They were gonna kill me.
Yeah, they were.
I didn't fuck his wife.
But he says you did.
I don't even know who his wife is.
But you know him?
We were friends once.
So what happened?
What happened was one of the oldest tricks in the book. They invite you to a birthday party, and surprise, surprise, a gunfight breaks out. But that wasn't entirely true, because that party wasn't just a get-together. It was a trap, set so that Tommy Lee Sr. could capture the bounty that CVD had put on Bondi's brother's head, a man also known as Zev Aloha, Noel's father. Zev knew he shouldn't be there, but there's nothing quite like the threat of being a bad neighbor to bait a hook. The details of how it all happened are murky, but what was clear was that there were 2 games of cops and robbers being played that day. Clyde paid those cops to get him his payback. A brother for a brother.
Why else would 3 cops be packing more heat than the Light Brigade just to grill a few burgers at a kid's birthday party?
The Light Brigade had swords.
Exactly.
No, they had swords.
Zev?
The Light Brigade.
So did Zev, a tiny one. So what?
Tiny one what?
His wife insisted that he only bring in a knife.
A tiny sword.
To what eventually would become quite the gunfight.
The Light Brigade.
No, the Light Brigade had swords. It was an easy hit, with an easy excuse. They didn't even need to plan a weapon.
Because of the tiny sword.
Because of the other murder.
It's safe to say that the only bet worth taking if Clyde's in the mix is that someone's gonna end up an orphan.
So, why'd they come after you now?
I don't know. I didn't do anything. I thought they lost money gambling on me or something.
Everyone's done something.
My cheating was different.
And that was true. His cheating was different. He certainly wasn't the one who played slap and tickle with TL's wife. He was in the hot seat for another kind of cheating. Less a question of who fucked who, and more like who drugged who. And it was the who drugged who dilemma that got him buried, and botched another big bet that Clyde's life depended on.
Is this who drugged who or who fucked who?
Drugged. You want fucked? I can give you fucked.
Let's start with drugged.
My kind of date.
So for the story of who drugged who and how Noel was involved in CVD's plan to pay back the Russians, we need to start at the Sunday silence. Because the Sunday silence, that was a real game changer. After the shooting, Noel ran. To start, he ran to his uncle Bondi and became best friends with Bondi's son, Agwe. And that set the tone for the rest of his life. Like their fathers, they found lots of trouble, but together, nothing could catch them. They were brothers from different mothers. Ride or die. Together forever. Or so said every young boy to his best buddy. Until he met that special someone. Which Agwe most certainly did. In this case, it was the daughter of Clyde Van Dusen, his father's arch rival. He was Romeo and Rachel was his Juliet. But rather than K-I-S-S-I-N-G, which they certainly did, they were more likely to be found in the back of a warehouse, P-L-O-T-T-I-N-G. Because they knew they couldn't just fall in love. They needed to get out of the game. Something their fathers certainly would not let them do. All the while, Noel thundered forward with a new coach to replace his best friend. Higher, further, faster. Noel launched into the sprinting stratosphere, winning junior championship after junior championship after junior championship, hoping for the holy triumvirate of money, power, and respect when he turned pro. But that's the thing about local legends. What it takes to beat the boys around the block doesn't always translate to the big stage. So when he went pro, he ran out of steam in a hurry. But being one of Bondi's boys, that was not how his career was going to end.
I have an offer for you. If I lose, I get nothing. If I win, you walk. Your nephew. But God don't throw dice. Neither do I.
CVD said he would never fix a bet again, but that's just what Bondi was asking him to do. So why would he ever help a man who he hated with all his heart? Because the Russians said so.
So we're making deals now?
Just a few.
Should we advertise that October is coming?
Very funny. Making a few deals does not mean selling the throne.
That's what Tsar Nicholas said.
The second. Tsar Nicholas II.
Who cares? I don't sweat small stuff anymore, Papa.
So it seems. Thanks for being on time as usual.
Why worry about time when time equals money and we have money man in our pocket?
Well, he lost me enough money to keep my feet a few steps from the grave.
But his even closer.
Почему? Он не может даже стрелять прямо.
Come. Both of you, I want to show you something.
The Russians had some money troubles, so they needed a major payday. And if Clyde delivered it, he could finally be free of their debt.
Stay here, take every fucking bet you can.
So the fix was in and the bet was on.
I'm guessing the Russians invested heavily?
They doubled down.
And?
Best laid plans.
The ravages of time devour all things, boys. And if time equals money, well, then we're all facing a ticking clock. So until we can get our misbehaving accounting god Kronos to stop ravaging our pocketbooks, we cannot control the other titans of our industry.
Why stress, Papa? It's all set up.
And it was set up. CVD paid the others to take a dive. So Noel was free to run ahead for the win.
And they're off. A clean start for the runners. Darnell Davis is off to an early lead. But wait, Noel Elowa is making a break. He's pulled ahead. He wins. Noel Elowa wins. What a victory. A surprise finish from a runner very few were expecting. Whoa. Hold your horses there, folks. We're getting word that Noel Elowa has been disqualified from the race. The officials are trying to figure out what's happened. There is confusion everywhere, but we're being told he's out.
We're not in the business of sitting around and waiting. This empire was built on blood.
And there it is. Disqualified. He is being disqualified for failing a drug test. We are hearing reports that it was his own coach who reported him to the sporting authorities. Sold out by his own coach. What a travesty. We've never seen anything like this before. I can't even imagine what the fallout
But the race was nothing compared to what happened next.
Didn't go well?
Fucking chaos.
My only son, and you got him killed!
Wasn't pretty.
Bondi's kid trained with Noel.
Yep. They assumed he did it. Or at least had something to do with it.
Everyone knew he was close with the coach that turned him in, and that him and Rachel wanted out.
So how did Theodore take it?
Better than expected, if you ask me. I had my phone ready to call him for backup, but he was calm.
How calm?
Too calm. He made him a deal.
I'm going to make you a deal.
Theodore wanted his money, every last dollar, and he wanted it in a hurry. So CVD faced his final margin call. 20 years of trickling payments were over, and he needed to find a waterfall of cash.
His two boys were murdered, and Theodore wanted money?
Well, I'm not sure that's exactly it. I mean, I wasn't there, but maybe, just maybe, Theodore was buying time. They aren't even Russians.
What?
They're not real Russians.
Fyodor Krevelin.
Yeah, second or third generation. They called them the Russians, but they were from around here. All except for one. The one that sounded all right.
Why did they speak with accents?
To be big, bad, scary Russians.
Seemed to scare everyone they worked with.
If making a dog bark with peanut butter in its mouth is scary, then sure.
But CVD's life wasn't the only one that hung in the balance. Because he didn't have enough time to make the money. So he would have to steal it back. And to find out who fucked him, he'd have to follow the money.
Stay here, take every fucking bet you can. Goddamn. Himes!
Sir?
Who won on the Aloha World Championship race?
Well, there was only one company man who took home any money. The rest were
For
civilians.
fuck's sakes, Himes. Who was the company man? This is not a fucking test, Himes.
I'm just asking because the winner listed was Black Gold.
Enter Black Gold, Bondi's longtime strongman, 7 years of service at his side.
He set it up. He did it for the money. That motherfucker set it all up to win.
God don't throw dice. Neither do I.
So if Black Gold fucked him, Bondi would have the money. But CVD needed leverage to get it back. And what's better than family for forcing bad financial decisions?
I have an offer for you. Your nephew.
All right then, take him out.
All he had to do was keep Noel safe until the deal was done.
So you really didn't fuck his wife?
No.
Interesting.
So what are you here for? You just gonna watch me?
I know how to move fast.
What do you know about running fast?
Running, not so much. But I can keep you safe. Safe is alive, and alive is fast. There'll be a lot of bad dudes out there to get you once word gets around.
How are you gonna protect me?
Because I'm badder than all of them.
Bad? You're a babysitter.
Well, so is a lion tamer.
Here. I'll make you a bed. Snake eyes,
you let me do my job.
Anything else, I'll close my eyes and you can run as far as you can before they realize you're gone. You'll have a slim chance. But a chance.
Well, why not? My luck has to change sometime, right? Come on.
You know how men tell women that they're 1 in a million? Well, you're stuck here with me and you're shocked at 1 in 36?
No. This is totally fucking normal.
No way. No fucking way. Get the hell out of here.
Coach, listen to me for a second.
Not a chance. Not a chance in hell. Coach, look, you cost me everything. My friends, my career, my athletes, my respect. I never want to see you again.
I lost all those things too.
You know, you got a lot of nerve.
Coach, I'm in danger.
Fucking right you are. You stay here, I'll kill you myself.
Like I said, I need your help.
That's the coach that tipped off the authorities right before the race.
Perfect timing.
Not for her man.
Not for her man.
Why was she back at the gym?
Because Clyde wasn't the only one who had made a deal.
I know where the money is.
Because if someone paid Coach to snitch, he'd have the money she needed. And it was also a safe place to hide Noel.
Delivering him was almost more important than finding the money.
Did she find money?
Of course she did.
Not a word. Not one fucking word.
Because she was the one who gave it to him.
It's all there. He tried to be a hero, but I got him under control. I'll call General Cotton to make the move. You call in his army.
Rachel and Barton needed Cotton to hide the money until it was time to hand it over.
We just need you to do us another favor.
Fuck! I have no idea how I'm going to do this.
So we tucked it away from prying eyes. Or so we thought.
Speaking of mice and men, what happened to our 3 military mice?
Turns out, even those blind squirrels were about to find a nut.
That's my kind of gamble. Did he tell you that I have a beautiful mind for ugly things? He told me that before when we had our little dust-up, which I'm sure you'll ask him about later. I like that. A beautiful mind for ugly things. If I had a business card, I'd put that on it. But hey, you're here, and willingly. So you get how this goes. With the exception of that little outburst earlier, you've been perfectly calm, and I like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you exactly what I told your recently resurrected friend. You want to hear a secret?
So what was the big secret?
Well, when Clyde said he was a butcher on the golf course, he really meant it.
What do you mean?
Just a few days earlier, he had hacked his way to a triple homicide on a local golf course.
A triple homicide?
Triple bogey if you prefer, or a 3-putt. Either way, he made a mess of that round.
And why haven't we heard of this before?
Because it was Cotton's job to make sure you didn't.
These were important people who Clyde murdered?
They were supposed to be nobodies.
Supposed to be?
They were supposed to be shrouded in the safety of anonymity.
And they weren't nobodies?
Safe to say that anytime someone wants to stay a nobody, they're definitely a somebody. And these 3 were certainly somebodies.
So who were they?
The only people keeping a very ugly monster at bay. Clyde wasn't just showing off his swing, he was shattering the levees completely.
Why would he do that?
Because he knew something that we didn't.
Who picked up the winnings?
The only reason to unleash a monster that powerful is to fight an even bigger one. And Clyde's big secret was that he was being hunted by a beast of biblical proportions.
Why was he telling the military men?
Because everyone thought he was still negotiating with Bondi for the money, and Barton convinced them that there was no better backup than 3 trained killers in their corner, should they not get what they want. But that's where they were wrong, because he wasn't there for Bondi's money.
Like the 4th wise man, came bearing a gift. Well, it's actually more of a delivery.
What kind of delivery?
A seat on the last ship with any chance of survival.
He ain't gonna save you. But that's not why you're here, is it? Nah. You wouldn't dare set foot in my house unless you had some piece to play. Some angle.
Well,
better be a real bargaining chip. Because you know I won't trade a rook for the cross above your head. I ain't no bitch.
What's the voodoo name for spirit?
Loa.
And there you have it, my savior.
God damn. Now that's interesting. Real interesting. You want to talk about spirits? Why don't you tell me what you know about St. Peter?
St. Peter, the most glorified of doormen, at the most exclusive of clubs, on the longest time span known to existence, a real motherfucker of a bouncer.
I hope he is. Boy, I hope he is.
Now that I've shown you mine, do you want to negotiate, maybe lower the stakes? Or would you like to lower our standards and show me yours? You have a savior other than that one?
Drop it. If we can call yours the bringer of life, or spirit, then mine is the bringer of death. Lonnie, give me that. Give me that.
Do you fucking want to die?
He's been with me for 7 goddamn years!
I didn't do that. All right, guys.
Do we have a deal?
Yeah. Guys.
On your knees.
Guys.
Did you ever wonder what it was going to be like at the pearly gates?
Nah, I get VIP treatment. You have to let me know what it's like to wait in line with the other losers.
I'll have to convince my man to let me in. A greased palm in penance.
That kind of money won't buy you time up there. But since you want to play games, let's play a little game.
Clyde, stop this.
She has no idea.
He has no idea.
He has no idea.
Kill them all. I'm going to kill them all.
Go home. I'll get her myself.
Where were you during all this, Turk? I mean, Detective Byerly?
I was following up on another incident.
Which incident was that?
The fucking. Remember? The fucking? We didn't cover the fucking. Who fucked who?
So what?
So what happened with Lieutenant Gibson?
Ah, yes. That fantastically gallant piece of shit, Tommy Lee Gibson. Unfortunately for Lieutenant Gibson, Jodie would not be an imaginary figment of soldierly insecurity for long. All it took was a bayoneted, rifle-carrying, righteously right-wing, radical warrior of God to slice a gash out of his right bicep. Clear through. Take that, infidel. I now send you back to hell. In this case, to the front door of the woman he loved.
Hi, beautiful. I missed you.
Thomas, no.
He initially thanked the scrawny bastard for not killing him, sending him home only slightly the worse for wear. Who would have known that the insurgent would bring to light the infidelity in the life of the infidel?
What? Are you okay?
Thomas, I have to tell you something.
It's okay, baby. I'll be right over. I'm just at Donnie's.
Yeah, I know, Thomas, but I don't think you should. Things are different now.
Why do you keep saying my name like that? What are you talking about? What's different?
Look, this isn't easy for me.
What's going on?
I met someone.
She explained that it only just happened, real recent-like. She didn't know what to do about it. She was confused. Wanted time to figure things out. It's hard to be a soldier's wife. It's hard to be a soldier's wife. And being a soldier must be the Mount Everest of professional difficulty jobs. So Gibson said he'd kill the guy.
I'll fucking kill him.
She didn't believe him.
Oh, please don't.
Her please don't smacked of laziness.
Look, Riley came by and took most of your stuff.
Wait, he knows. He knew? He knows about this?
Yeah, I told him today.
He said, bitch.
You're a fucking bitch, you know?
Tommy Lee.
Then apologized.
I'm sorry.
But he probably wasn't sorry.
No, I'm not fucking sorry.
He was probably mad as hell.
Okay, so?
Who is he, Brooke? Tell me. Tell me this is some fucking joke. Tell me my parents are just out back, right behind you, and they're gonna yell surprise on the phone any second. Is that what's gonna happen, Brooke?
It's not a surprise.
Yeah, not for you, I guess.
He knew that in the over-caffeinated, humdrum, titty fuck of a society he had just walked into, more information was as good as a dry hand job.
What, is he there?
He's not here.
Who is he, Brooke?
Look, this is inappropriate.
You gotta stop saying that. You gotta give me something.
Stop.
In reality, they always hoped that Jim, John, Juan, or Jamie, aka real-life Jodie, will always be far less intelligent, attractive, and sexually capable than the Jodie of their nightmares, never mind themselves. In all honesty, it was a frivolous pursuit. Then, she said she thinks she loves the guy.
Do you love him?
I don't know. I think I might.
There was no escaping this. He felt like a liberal woman at a meeting of the tribal elders of the Taliban. Anything would have been better.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're not. But you will be.
How did he know all this?
My question exactly.
How do you know all this?
Because I was his brother-in-law. Hey, sis. What's up?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but still, I'm not understanding why the ravings of a lunatic, no offense, how is any of this related to our case?
First, I wasn't sure either. That got me to thinking. You know when a kid lies, tells the lie over and over again, each time it gets more elaborate? Dog ate my homework. Dog ate my homework because it was hungry. Why was it hungry? It was hungry because Mom was out. Why was Mom out? I don't know. Crushing weight of giving up her dreams to take care of her dependent was getting on her nerves.
Or getting fucked by a horsecock.
Every group works like that. Find out which role they play, and you find out why they're valuable. And why they're worth killing.
Brooke, do you remember when I used to protect you from shit like this?
Yeah. What happened?
Don't be stupid. You don't know who this guy is.
What happened was Jodie, and the fact that Donnie did know who this guy was.
What the actual fuck, dude? Okay, TL's a friend.
All I'm saying is that this guy is bad news.
And while Cotton could trust the man with his pants down, he had far too much riding on keeping his sister's secret to have that same faith in their good friend Donnie.
You do this for us, and I can make your little problem disappear.
Cotton's got a price.
Fine. One favor.
And better to put the snitch in a ditch before he starts singing. So Donnie had to go.
Who fucking knows?
I do. You stopped showing up. You know how they say that 50% of life is about showing up? Well, I guess you took that big head of yours and decided to gamble away the other 50.
Brooke.
What? He deserves to know who his partner is. I'm sure you haven't told him a single truthful thing. Well, maybe about me. But I'm sure you'll come up with some angle or wager to get him involved in no time. You know, gambling is perfect because it is the complete opposite of life. It is 100% about not showing up. Not trying to figure out the other 50 like you do. Try to beat the house when you should just stay away. And you should have stayed away. Because now I'm here trying to figure out the other fucking 50 with you. Even though I know we're just gonna lose.
Brooke, what did you do?
Cut!
Go to Tommy Lee's trailer. There's about to be a murder.
I'm gonna take a piss.
Riley, your phone. Riley, your phone! Hello?
Riley. Oh, I must have called the wrong...
Brooke?
TL? Fuck, oh fuck. I met someone. Look, Riley came by and took most of your stuff.
Talk to Brooke at all later? He has no idea.
What the fuck are you doing, man? Put the gun down! What?
This whole time?
Dude, I'm fucking sorry, man. It just happened. You went back on your second tour, and then her brother had this hot tip for me to make money and start fresh.
Hey, sis.
I'll put you up to this?
I think I figured it out.
I swear, he owes Van Dusen tons of money. He said he could get square and I could get up.
You owe more than you are ever likely able to repay.
But all we had to do was frame the fucker that killed your dad.
This is the guy.
Donnie, man.
All right, guys. He killed your dad!
No, he didn't! But you fucked my wife. I'm gonna fucking kill him. Do you love him?
I think I might.
It seems like we have a great deal to talk about. You want to take a drive?
And now we come to Clyde's big secret.
You want to hear a secret? Of course you do.
Because you don't win by betting on things you don't know. You do it by investing in things that only you know for sure. And Clyde, he knew one thing that we didn't.
Damn. Hines! Who won on the Aloha World Championship race?
Well, there was only one company man who took home any money.
What do we do when 8 little piggies go to the market, but only 7 get paid? How do we avoid weighing down the wrong runt? How do we decide which piggy gets to act like the big bad wolf and huff and puff and run for real? until I'm ready to blow his house down.
Who was the company man?
Just the right odds and abilities. Believably unbelievable. The perfect fix. But I know your house is made of bricks. I need a man who builds with straw.
This is not a fucking test, Himes!
The winner listed was Black Gold. You know who picked up the winnings, right?
Who? Who picked up the winnings?
Merry Christmas, Mr. Aloha.
I swear to God, I'll fucking take you apart!
It was Barton. He picked up the winnings.
But as with any secret, it's what you do with it that counts. And by that point, Clyde had done more than enough. And even though the flood was coming, CVD wanted to drown Barton himself.
Barton? Where the fuck is Barton?
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Black Gold. Tell me about Black Gold.
What are you talking about?
You took the only winning bet from a company man after our big loss. What the fuck are you doing? Taking a bet against a sure thing that I orchestrated.
Sometimes you just have a hunch who the winning horse will be.
And the winning horse is Bondi? What the fuck are you doing with him? The man who put a mark on my head when I need you the most?
That's exactly it, isn't it? How can I need you when you need me? Everyone knows you're a lame duck, Clyde. I mean, you're the idiot who picked his opponent's nephew to run for him.
I picked him? You picked him! You're the one that fucking told—
Exactly. I told you. I picked him to win. I picked him to fail his drug test.
And then I told Bondi to set it up.
I have an offer for you.
Well, with a little help. This is the guy?
This is the guy. You said this is the guy, right? This is the guy.
And then we paid off the right people to make it happen.
And now you have no one. Oh, Big. Did you hear a word I just said?
I'm loyal, you cheating motherfucker.
Oh, yeah? Loyal to what?
To the boss.
Do you know who your boss is, Big?
He's the boss, and that's all I need to know.
Did you know that he offered Rheault to the Russians after losing the Aloha bet?
Shut the fuck up!
They didn't just give him time to find the money. He had to put something up for it.
When he lost, the Russians offered to trade Rachel's life for his, and he said yes.
Your daughter's life for yours.
This coward you call your boss just sacrificed his daughter's life to save his own.
How the fuck do you know all this, Barton?
Because I was there.
I knew what kind of man my uncle was. I knew what he would do when backed into a corner. And what he would be willing to give up. There was no price he wouldn't pay to get what he wanted. And I wasn't gonna let that happen again. I was too young to help my father. But not again. There was only so much I could do to clean up his mess and keep us safe.
But I was there, Big. I saw it. I saw him make the deal. I saw them attack Rachel, and I saved her.
Don't you fucking dare. You fucking stay back. Stay back. You did that. You did that when you told him things you never should have said. She never should have gotten hurt. That was your one job. You knew the play. She just didn't know that you knew.
But you'll never hurt her again. And now I have to put you down, just like your father.
And that's when the shooting starts. Total chaos.
And that was the end of you?
That was the end of me.
Thank goodness for bulletproof vests.
That's all you remember?
We have the tapes.
In the photos I saw, it was a slaughterhouse. I doubt you can hear much of them.
Well,
And you can't make anything out.
just screaming and pleading. That's what you're into.
But that doesn't account for all the bodies.
nope, because it was Clyde's ability to account for 3 other bodies that would pile those up later.
That's the thing about being good with numbers. Most people don't know what you're talking about, so you can basically say whatever the fuck you want.
And you get access to your rival's secrets, because you get to see where they spend their money and who they spend it on. And that was much more important than Clyde's big secret, because no one cares what you know, only what you do about it. You asked the question earlier?
His 2 boys were murdered and she offered him money?
But he didn't care about them because they weren't real Russians.
They're not real Russians.
In fact, they weren't even his real boys. Because if your rivals know where your kids live, those kids become a liability. But replace them with stand-ins and you're fully insured for whatever happens. Until a man with nothing to lose follows the money right to those with everything. And Clyde truly had nothing to lose. He knew he raised a killer, so his chances of escape were slim. But he also knew that the only beast who could battle Barton was the comrade himself. So Clyde did his no-pants death dance and waited for the rains of revenge to flood over his family. Sure, CVD sealed his own death sentence. But at least this way, he got to choose who was coming with him. And who might be able to get out alive.
Here's the deal. I'll give you Noelle, but you get Rachel out of here tonight.
Yeah. She has no idea.
I'll get her myself.
So Barton was sunk, and Rachel was on her way to safety with Bondi.
Okay, can we just get to the point, Agent Jones?
You know what? We can. But first, I could use a coffee.
Why not?
2 cream, 2 sugar.
You really think a coffee will help?
How else will we resolve this little problem we found ourselves in?
Problem?
The recordings, the documents, my damaging eyewitness testimony.
You were knocked out. But you said.
I did.
And you were.
I was.
Lying.
Lying.
So, what do you know?
Why do you even have that? Come on.
Go to Tommy Lee's trailer. There's about to be a murder.
Well, fuck.
Barton, they found out about Riley. Brooks snitched. This whole arrangement will not work if I'm dead. Well, god damn, Clyde. I can't say I don't like what I see. But I don't know if I can see what I see. If you know what I mean.
Either make yourself scarce or sit down and shut up.
Don't mind if I do. I assume my discretion will be worth something.
Shut up, Cotton. What arrangement are you talking about?
Well, Mr. Marengo, what did you offer me for my silence? Well, silence to you, but assistance to him.
Let's just say we're still negotiating the details.
I'd say I have a pretty strong hand in the negotiations right about now. So I'll say 1/3. Equal partners. That seems fair.
What the fuck are you talking about, Cotton? I fucking know he betrayed me.
Fair. Good point. Well, it seems that I've been about all the help I can be here. So, I should be going. Well, shoot. There is one thing. You're still out, Clyde. Even if you kill him.
I don't know what kind of deal you cut, but I'll give you double what this asshole was paying him.
That asshole doesn't have all hell heading his way to make whole on a stupid bet he made months ago. You think you're the guy who's supposed to run shit, but you're not. Bondi was the gift horse, and you really should have sent that one to the dentist. So, your daughter, nephew, and I, we're taking over.
Bondi said we could never leave, so we needed you both to lose everything. But I knew that.
If you give a gambler a straight-up bet, they'll find an angle. But you give them an angle, and they'll take it straight up.
So when Noel's name came up,
he had an in and an angle, and that's all a gambler needs.
But when I found out what you did, well, that changed everything.
Your daughter's life for yours.
And the Russians, they should have killed my father. That would have been the end of it for all of us.
But now we have the money, and Fyodor will put you down for good. But we weren't done yet. There was one more person we needed to take care of.
No. Open the door. Open the fucking door!
No, they were leaving! How could you bring them back?
They were on their way out.
She was never gonna leave me.
You could have let her go and you know it. This is just like before.
You were supposed to look after her in case something went wrong. If you really wanted to save her life, you would have saved Agway. That was her whole life, and you knew it, but you let him die and her along with him. They were on the way out.
I fucking hated that son of a bitch. And I hope he burns in hell. I knew he was gonna die, and I let it happen. With a smile on my face.
was a young Turk today. Did you find the money?
There's no money.
What do they know?
They have no idea.
I'm going to kill them all.
That's how I like to imagine it happened. We both know those two hated each other. And that fucker couldn't outrun bullets.
No, he couldn't. So, what are you gonna buy with the money I give you?
I don't want money.
Time, then.
Nope. Loyalty.
Is this the point where you feed me some grand metaphor tying your whole story together that traps me in a final answer that you turn on its head?
Like what happens to a dog when the dog owner dies?
Exactly.
No matter how loyal the dog, eventually the dog gets hungry.
And a starving dog will do whatever it takes to stay alive, even devour the hand that once fed it.
Exactly.
You want me to help you take my uncle down?
We do. And then you work with us after. As an organization, we keep each other informed, in the loop. As individuals, you and I act civil.
And how are we supposed to act civil?
Oh. Let me count the ways.
Caesar is dead.
All hail Caesar.
What did I miss?
We're done.
Well, then, I guess you won't be needing this.
Fine by me.
I don't mind if I do. Well, when in Rome.
Actually, there's one more tape. You might want to have a listen, Turk.
What did Fyodor say?
We have an agreement.
And his nephew?
We test his loyalty to his uncle. See how hungry he really is.
And if he bites?
We feed him some chocolate.
Or coffee.
Or coffee.
Theatrical. Greatest hits?
Only the best.
Play me something nice.
I've got just the track.
Let's Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a